Well, the late, great John Lewis believed when you see something that is not fair, not just, not right, do something. And he spent his life living by those words. And now his 60 plus years of social activism has been put into a new documentary, John Lewis, Good Trouble. Take a look.
Congressman Lewis gave us the blueprint to organize and to legislate.
There are forces in America today want to take us back, but we're not going back. We're going forward.
The reason why he's effective as a leader is because he's lived it.
Producer of John Lewis, Good Trouble, Erika Alexander, is here with us now. Hey, Erika, it's good to see you.
It's my pleasure, Jackie. I'm a huge fan, you know it, and thank you for the invitation. Appreciate it.
No, right back at you. I love all that you do, and I was excited to hear your name attached to this documentary. I have to ask, because we just lost John Lewis, and I wonder for you if this project has taken on new meaning.
I mean, everybody just wants to be respectful, number one. So yes, it's a little difficult to be here discussing him, but I think that when we saw him go to Black Lives Matter and stand on the boulevard and go like that, which was one of his last outdoor, I think it was his last outdoor appearance, he wanted us to move on. He would want us to talk about this, not just in tribute, but to do the work. So in that vein, I feel like it's appropriate to keep on keeping on.
Did he get to sit and watch it in its entirety?
He did. Our director, Dawn Porter, who's a fantastic filmmaker and a natural-born storyteller, she really wanted him to see this at the Arthur Blank Foundation premiere. And they said he wouldn't be able to be there. So she made plans to go to DC and bring a laptop and show it to him. She said he looked at her and said, "This is amazing. Wow, this is amazing." And she said, she looked at him and said, "Mr. Lewis, your life is amazing. You are amazing."
Yeah.
Because he still was putting it outside himself. Frankly, this should be its own series because we just touched the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, I would love to see that. You know, we also see throughout this film how much he was loved, you know, walking through the airport. His son said, you know, it took some time to get through the airport, basically. And everywhere he went, around the world, people knew who John Lewis was. And I just wonder for you to work on his life story in this way and get to know him, I wonder what you took away from that experience.
For one thing, I took away that to be in a life well lived, you have to commit to it. And I also learned that democracy is a moving target. Beyond voting, speak up for things that are wrong. And he talks about speaking up and saying something and getting into good trouble, necessary trouble. And I think now we understand what that means. That means that he put himself, his body as collateral on the line for what he believed. It's how he wanted to live. And apparently it was how he wanted to die. And so I learned that we make a lot of choices in life. Voting is one of them. To not vote is another. But to have a democracy that is fair and just, and to really work on the things that annoy us or that we love about this country, we have to show up.
You know, I thought it was interesting that you put the clip in there of Malcolm X and what he had to say about how Black people should fight for justice, not necessarily nonviolently. And it was a position that John Lewis did not agree with. To have been beaten and bloodied over the years, he had every right, and it would be understandable for him to be angry, but he just was this gentle man. Why do you think that is?
He said that they studied what the nonviolent philosophy was, and they got their education from Reverend James Lawson, who was young with him and still does that training in Los Angeles, and that he took it in as a way of life. And that somewhere in there, he locked in, and that's just how he was going to proceed from there. He showed up as a happy warrior, and he says he looked them in the eye, and he kept giving them the opportunity to change. That's powerful. That is powerful.
You know, you think you know someone because they're in the news a lot. You know, we all know the name John Lewis, but this gave us an opportunity to really get to know the man. What do you hope, Erika, that people take away from this?
he became one of America's founding fathers. And since we're still dealing with all the things that he was fighting for, I think we should know that he gave us a hell of a blueprint, and it's up to us. This is our leg of the race, this new generation, to protect the rights of that they say that we're supposed to have. And Black women are key to that, to find common cause in the beloved community and make good trouble.
Well, I want to let everybody know that John Lewis Good Trouble is in theaters and on digital and on demand everywhere right now. For more information on where and how you can watch, visit johnlewisgoodtrouble.com. Erika, as always, great work, man. Great work.
Appreciate it. Thank you.